He will deliver a congratulatory speech and present the expansion of ODA for marine fisheries and the revitalization of ODA for local governments. Please welcome him with a big round of applause. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Choi, National Assemblyman of Busan Sahagap of the Democratic Party of Korea. First of all, congratulations on the opening of the 14th World Ocean Forum. With a long history and tradition, World Ocean Forum is likened to that of Davos Forum. My sincere gratitude goes to all officials of the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, Busan Metropolitan City, and the Korean Association of Marine Industry for holding this forum. The topic for this forum is one more step toward the sustainable future of oceans. Land-oriented development has reached its limits. Starting with the climate change, fine dust, and the waste issues, regional imbalance became even more serious. And metropolitan areas are seeing higher buildings and denser population. Against this backdrop, I am very pleased to hold in-depth discussions on seeking mankind's future on ODA for sustainable development of oceans and the blue economy with experts. And in addition, I would like to take this opportunity to stress the importance of redeveloping North Pole in Busan. While the ocean holds unlimited potentials, it is never easy to reach. To overcome this limit, the first thing to do is to build a citizen-friendly waterfront area near the sea so that the ocean can be accessed more easily. This will be an area for citizens to rest and a cash cow for the future. This is why I believe we have to redevelop the North Port. I believe this project will trigger a successful outcome for the redevelopment of North Port. To this end, we are waiting for the completion of construction by 2020 as Phase 1, and the Busan Consortium has been selected to undertake and prepare for business plans. I hope that the North Port becomes the center of Busan, the marine city in Northeast Asia, and develop as a hub for blue economy. With many participants here today at this forum, I will also do my best as the member of a Congressional Committee on Agriculture, Livestock, Oceans, and Fisheries. I will do my best. Last but not the least, I would like to express my warm thanks to all participants, panelists, including today's chairman, moderator Park Kwang-soon. Then, without further ado, let me brief you on our first topic, ODA budget for oceans and fisheries, as well as expanding the role of. First, we need to expand the ODA budget for marine fisheries. For Korea to seek a new maritime ODA project and strengthen the capacity to implement projects, the most urgent issue is expanding ODA budget in the area of maritime science. A total of 3,427 billion Korean won was earmarked as ODA budget this year, with 42 institutions operating 1,472 projects. This year's budget increased by 7% from 3 trillion in 2019. However, ODA allocated for the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries this year is only 15.8 billion for 23 projects. There is a mere of 0.46% of the total budget for ODA. Given that agriculture took 3.76% of the total ODA budget, there is still much to be desired. To make matters worse, the ODA budget for next year fell by a whopping 24% to 12 billion won for next year. While the total budget for ODA grew significantly by 20%, oceans and fisheries dropped by 24%. I am deeply concerned whether the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries has the will to implement ODA projects. So at the next National Assembly budget review, I will raise this issue and strive to secure required resources. Second, Korea has to raise its national status as a donor country. Korea was delisted from the list of recipient nations in 2000 and joined the OECD DAC in 2010. As a donor country in the international society, it is our mission to expand aid projects to the developing nations every year to befit our national status. OECD DAC recommended that the member states increase ODA among their GNI to 0.3% by 2030. At the current time, Korea's total budget for ODA is around 0.15% of GNI, and this is the 15th highest among 29 OECD member states. Therefore, this has to increase more than twice. At the 35th Committee on International Development Cooperation held in July this year, Korean Prime Minister also mentioned the importance of ODA projects which require higher budgets. This means that we will be expecting higher interest and more support for ODA projects. Third, we encourage local governments to actively participate. When looking at the institutions conducting 23 ODA projects of the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, most of them are government-led projects or exclusively implemented by the public organizations, which means that localities are not currently participating in this project. Of course, given the current conditions, it is true that the local governments has little experience running ODA projects and are not fully equipped with expertise and dedicated employees, but still, as the applicable act of ODA, the Framework Act on International Development Cooperation states that not only states but also localities shall implement the development cooperation projects in both loans and grants for national development of developing states and welfare policies. So it is encouraging to see that the localities, including Busan, are also recently showing interest in ODA projects by seeking joint collaboration projects between the government and the local governments. More opportunities have to be given to local governments. So led by the localities willing to participate in ODA projects, pilot projects shall be conducted to unleash more opportunities for participation. Furthermore, by revising the current law, we have to prepare new policies on the roles of government, localities, and the public organizations and promote cooperation. I'll also consult with the government so that the relevant laws are revised swiftly at the National Assembly. I urge the Busan metropolitan city to actively participate in our efforts. As Korea's best marine city, Busan and ocean and fisheries always go together. For ocean and fisheries to penetrate global markets, create jobs, and vitalize the city in connection with the new Southern policy, Busan should also actively participate in ODA projects and gain higher competency. To do so, departments dedicated to ODA shall be established with human and financial resources put in place. As all experts are here today, including Busan Metropolitan City, Director from the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, and other experts, I expect we hold meaningful discussions. As the member of a Congressional Committee on Agriculture, Livestock, Oceans, and Fishery, I will also dedicate myself in expanding and revise relevant budgets and law at the National Assembly. Thank you for your attention.